Hello and welcome to your session with me today. My name is Charlotte. I'm going to take you through a 30-minute punchy glutes and core focused bar workout. Today you'll just need a mat, you'll need your chair, and if you wish to use a playlist, click on the link below. The playlists are great because they keep you going, they keep you energized, and it's a great playlist too. So glutes and core today. Why did I choose these two? These are the most commonly misunderstood areas when it comes to training. So I'm really going to emphasize technique today when it comes to activating the core and the different glute muscles, sides and back. All right, so legs to squat width apart, slightly wider than hip width, hands to prayer. You're going to sit back into your squat, drop down, breaking at the knees, ankles, hips, stand up and squeeze your glutes. Let's go. One down, one up, one down, one up. So you'll notice all 10 toes are on the ground. I'll show you from the side. And I'm sitting my hips towards my heels, but there's an element of activating the muscles just between my shoulder blades. So I'm not rounding on the way down and keeping everything nice and lengthened. It's almost like I'm reaching my head towards the ceiling at all times. Listen, you've got 4 more. 4, stand tall. 3, reach the head to the sky. 2, last one, stay down, little pulses, down, down, down. So feel your knees going over your toes, feel your toes spreading wide on the floor. Toe heel your legs a little bit closer together, and make sure the feet are underneath your hips. Yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, now on 1, hold it there. Take your arms out to the side, float your left leg out to the left, and start to lift it 1 inch off the ground. Oh, from here, you're going to cross the leg underneath the other leg, tap to the other side, and then tap to the side. Over to the right, over to the left. Your knees are pointing over your standing foot toes. We're now getting into the glutes and the core, right? Core muscles to stabilize the pelvis, glutes to stabilize on that supporting leg. 2 more, go, cross and tap. Last one, cross and tap. Now hold little pulses of that left leg, up, up. Is your hip still hinging back? Are your arms still reaching up? Are you still squeezing your shoulder blades together? You've got 8, 7, then we are back to your squats. 5, 4, 3, 2, legs go wide again. This time, squat, rise, squat, rise. So coming up onto the balls of your feet, testing your balance, standing literally as tall as you can. This will help to lengthen out the spine, give you space and energize all the core muscles. 4, push the arms back. 3, so tall. 2, on 1, hold it down. Toe heel your legs underneath your hips again. You know the drill. Arms out, shoulder blades draw together, right leg out to the side. Make sure your knees are pointing over your toes, your hips are square. Lift that right leg 1 inch off the ground. You cross it under and tap the floor, out to the side and tap the floor. Under tap, out tap, under tap, out tap. My arms are not just holding there, my arms are physically squeezing together to encourage my back to stay straight, because naturally, if I wasn't thinking about it, I'd be here chilling in my rounded posture. You just have 3. Yes, 2. Now listen, on 1, hold that right leg out to the right. Keep your hips square and just lift the right leg 1 inch off the ground. Little pulses, up, up, up. You're going to feel the glutes on the standing leg. They are stopping you from dropping your knee inward. Try and keep that knee pressing over the middle toes. You just have 5, 4, 3, 2, last time with the squats, wider legs now, elbows tap the knees, you rise up and reach up. Take this as fast as you can now. This is your last 15 seconds, cardio sprint to get into those legs. Now really feel those glutes working the sides and the back as you go for hip extension and as you drop into the squat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meet me on the floor, team. No chair is needed yet. Come to the middle of your mat, hands underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips, feet relaxed on the floor. It's going to start easy, but we're going to build. Flex your right foot, push your right leg up to the ceiling, stamp it up, bring it back down. Left leg up to the ceiling, stamp it up, bring it back down. Right knee out to the right side, hinge, bring it back down. Left knee to left side, hinge, bring it back down. So there's your combo, right leg up, left leg up, and then right leg side, left leg side. And then you get to decide whether you want to stay here if you're modifying, or super challenge, tuck your toes, lift your knees 1 inch off the ground whilst pulling your shoulders down and your belly button to your spine. So I do the same movements up and up, and then side and side. But I've got to maintain my knees 1 inch off the ground. That is the challenge. Your knees are going to start to come up. That makes it easier. Your spine is going to want to arch. Your shoulders are going to want to sink down. So I need you to now create a long neck. Lift your rib cage away from the floor. Yes, exactly. And start to keep almost like a stillness to your lower back, like you're holding a champagne flute on your lower back. It shouldn't be moving, shouldn't be twerking or doing any salsa. It's very still. So you are isolating the movement. Within the hip joint itself, you have 5. This is 4. Go 3. Yes, 2. Now last one. You can straighten your legs out, come to a full plank. Hold it here. Think about your legs being hip width apart, your arms being straight but not locked, and your gaze is out at the front of your mat. Now hold still. This is your first chance to really connect with your core, and we're testing it in terms of endurance. Can we stay there for a while without bringing the knees down? Spread your fingers and slightly grip the mat. Collarbone smiles wide. Belly button draws to the spine. You've only got 10 more seconds, then I'll take you into a modified side plank with a glute focus in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to lie on your side, any side where you can face the camera. The bottom elbow comes down with the hand out in front. The knees bend with the feet pretty much in line with your bum cheeks. Yeah? Make sure they're not away, they're close. From here, you're going to lift your hips up and start to lift your top leg up. So you're literally balancing on the bottom shin and the bottom arm. You then come back down. Everything goes up, squeeze, everything comes down. Leg and hips. Leg and hips. Now, if you're modifying, you could always just do the leg. That's absolutely fine. But if you want to push yourself today, let's see if we can take the knee, the foot, the hips up to the sky. Now, you've just got 3. Squeeze it back down. Yes, 2. Squeeze it back down. Now, last one, hold it up and push the floor as hard as you can with your bottom leg. Yes, now straighten your top leg, flex the foot, make sure the leg is not in front of you, it's just at the side of you, and push your top leg up, up. You can start to take your top arm to the sky. Think about pulling your belly button to your spine. You just have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch to the other side. So feel free to swish your legs round. Bring your forearm down, palm faces the floor, feet are pretty much in line with your glutes. Remember, it's a hinge, so knee and foot come up, shoulder on top of elbow, knee and foot come down. Let's go. Lift, hold, squeeze, lower, hold. Lift, hold, squeeze, lower, hold. This is a chance now to get right into your glutes. Second side will be harder, because your glutes are already a little bit tired from the first side, because you might think it's only your top leg working. It is not. It is your bottom leg as well. Give me 3 more. Yes, push the floor away with your shin. 2 more. Now last one, you're going to hold it up. Stay there, push hard through that bottom shin and straighten the top leg. Flex the foot and lift it to your highest point. Make sure it's not in front of you, right in line with your hip. Top arm up, gaze to the floor. Just give me 8 more pulses here. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, leg up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to lie down all the way on your tummy. We carry on into a little bit of glute work. I'm going to just remove my mic here so you can still hear me. You're going to lie on your tummy, bring your legs turned out so your heels are together, your knees are apart, but not too wide, otherwise you get a bit lost. Fingertips to temples. Press your hips down into the ground and then start to lift your legs and your chest just off the ground, and then gently come back down. So your thigh bones float off the ground, your chest floats up, you come back down. You should feel all the muscles at the side of your butt, your inner thighs, and just check that you're not looking forward. We want to keep the chin tucked. This helps to protect the neck. It helps to keep the neck long and puts the focus in the right places. Now you are going to feel all the muscles that run down either side of your spine working incredibly intensely. That's okay. Yeah, you want to feel them working. If you don't like it, you could just do the legs or you could just do the arms, your choice. But make sure you're pressing your heels together. You've got 3 up, squeeze down. 2 up, squeeze down. Now last one, you're gonna hold it up and give me tiny pulses. Chest and legs, chest and legs, chest and legs. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. You've just got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, push back to all fours. And start to give me a wonderful cat and cow. So as your hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips, just start to loosen up your spine, rounding and arching your back. Just stretching out those back extensors that just worked so incredibly hard. You did amazing. Now when you're ready, tuck your toes. Just begin to press your hips up to the sky like you're gonna go to down dog, but then you change your mind. You walk your hands back to your feet. You put a soft bend in your knees, you take your chin to your chest, and you unravel one beautiful vertebrae at a time. Whoosh. All right, that was your warm-up. You're gonna need to set your chair up like this. It's a long sequence, so the chair needs to be ready for us. At the edge of your mat, but on your right side, okay? I'll be your mirror, so you'll be able to follow, but put it at the edge of your mat on your right side. Cool? Awesome. All right, we start first of all in wide second. This is a beautiful hip opener, gets into your thighs, but it also stimulates the glutes. You need to be about an arm's distance away from the chair. You should still be able to reach it comfortably, but you're not leaning on it. Legs are wide, toes out turned. You're gonna bend your knees and check that your shins are vertical, okay? You're gonna make sure that your chest is directly on top of your hips, you're not leaning forward or back, and you've got that right hand on the chair. We start with full range. We bring the left elbow into the ribs. We reach it up and over, side bend, and lean towards the chair. So we go down for 2, reach up for 2. Go down and down, reach up and up. So essentially, as we're sitting down into the position, I'll show you from the side, the glutes need to squeeze, otherwise the knees fall forward. So you've got to push the knees back. I like to think myself like I'm pushing most of my weight into my baby toe, but I never want to roll my ankles. The feet always stay flat, like little sucker feet, like sucker fish. But the work comes from the side of your glutes. So are they squeezing, especially on the way down? Yes, lovely. Now you've got 3 more. Push and squeeze up. 2 more. Enjoy that side bend. It's delicious. Nice. Last one. Good. Now come right the way through center. Bring both arms to a high V and just give me little pulses down, down. If you've got quite tight shoulders, you're welcome to bend your elbows and do like a W arm. But if not, just try and keep the arms up nice and high. We're going to start to hinge our body forward for 2 counts, then back for 2 counts. Forward for 2 counts and back for 2 counts. I'll just show you from the side what happens. It's like my hips go back and my chest comes forward over the leg. So it goes forward, forward, yes, back. And it's made harder because the arms are overhead. You just have 2 more. Yes, last one, go forward, forward. Now stay forward, wrap your knees, back hold, back hold, back hold. So now we're staying on the incline. You're welcome to bring your hands back down to your hips if you need. You're looking over a cliff. Your weight is in your baby toes and you're wrapping your knees back, back. The side of your butt should be aching. You have 8, 7, then listen for the transition. 4, 3, 2, hold it there. You're going to start to turn over your right shoulder. Put both hands on the chair. Turn both legs out for a curtsy. You should still have now that right leg closest to chair. Your left leg is behind you. The heel is lifted. You've now arrived in a curtsy. We're going to take 1 drop, 1 wrap, 1 drop, 1 wrap, 1 drop, 1 wrap. Now let's just speak about curtsy for a second. If it's too close, you can't get low. If it's too wide, your hips twist. So you've got to find the perfect distance for you. Mine is usually about 2.5 of my foot distances away from the front heel. But measure for your body, it might be slightly different. Drop, wrap, drop, wrap. Keep your body weight in between both legs. You have 4, wrap, 3, nice vertical spine, 2, yeah, and 1, hold it there. Just bring your hands onto your hips to check they're square and start to tuck and release your tailbone. Go tuck, release, go tuck, release. This is delivering the most incredible stretch down that left hip flexor. You're holding on to that connection through your glutes because you're constantly wrapping your knees open. We go tuck and tuck and tuck. This is your last 8 counts. Then we take it to a low arabesque and we focus in on the glutes a little more. You just have 4, 3, 2. Now listen, on 1. You straighten your back leg, you hinge your upper body forward slightly, and you place your fingertips slightly on the chair. Lift your back leg off the ground. It should still be that left leg behind you. Straighten the leg and make sure it's turned out. So the big toe is closest to the floor, not all 10 toes. Big toe is closest to the floor. You start to double tap. Go tap, tap, lift. 1, 2, lift. No arcing through the lower back because the belly button is drawing to the spine. Down, down, up, down, down, up. Let me show you from the front. Front leg is turned out as well. Knee is pointing over toes, hips are square, and the spine is so long. Now, I know there's a lot to think about, but take all of this on and you will get the best class, right? Glutes and core, that's the focus. You have 4, 4, lift. 3, 3, lift. 2, 2, listen up, you hold it up, circle the leg, round, round, other way, round, round, other way, round, round. So 2 small circles, literally the size of a tennis ball, no bigger than that. If you're losing control, you need to make the circles a little smaller. You have 4, you have 3, we're nearly there. You have 2. Now on 1, you're going to take your leg out to the left side, lift it up, out to the back, lift it up, out to the left side, lift it up, out to the back, lift it up. Now you are going to start to feel a lot of burning on the standing leg. This is normal. 4. This is 3. They're stabilizing to help you. 2. Now listen, on 1, here's where the change happens. Keep the leg behind you. Turn both legs to parallel. Hop away from the chair and bow down now, bending your back leg in half. You should now be in parallel. So your right toes are pointing straight forward to the chair. Your left toes are pointing straight up to the ceiling, knee to the ground. Your body is completely flat to the ground, parallel. We bring that top knee to bottom knee. We push that left leg back up. Top knee to bottom knee. You push that left leg back up. My supporting leg is bent. My lifting leg is very bent. And I'm focusing on squeezing my left heel to my left butt. You just have 3 more. Push and squeeze. Biceps in line with your ears. 2. Push and squeeze. Last one. You're going to hold it up. Start to extend the leg super straight. And then squeeze the heel to the butt. We go out, squeeze it in. Out, squeeze it in. Is your sporting leg still bent? Are your hips still square to the ground? If it ever feels too much, just bring your chest up higher. You could be doing everything that we're doing, but up here. Today, this is so challenging. It's called a full fold over. It works your back muscles, your core, your glutes, your standing leg. We're nearly there. Just 3, just 2. On 1, you hold the leg straight, you flex the foot, and you check that your left toes are all pointing down to the ground. Start to bend, press your left leg. Bend, stretch, bend, stretch, bend, stretch. This is your last 10 seconds. You're welcome to stay here or start to take your right arm back. Sweep it behind you like a cape. Maybe left arm back. You bend, press all 3 limbs, 8 counts, and then you're out. The longest legs and arms. You have 4 more here. Go 4, go 3, go 2, 1. Stand up, cross your left ankle onto your right thigh. Sit down into a figure 4. Oh, gorgeous. Take a stretch. Well done. It's quite a long sequence. Switch sides, cross the other leg over. Supporting leg is working so hard. Did you feel how when you were standing on that leg, all the muscles around the leg were burning? Good. That means they're responding and they're helping you to balance. Once you finish your stretch, just pick up your chair. Remember, we've got to move it to the other side of the mat, okay? So just make sure it's on the other end. Make sure you've got space behind you, and we go through the sequence again. So if I don't get attacked by the bush, love working out in nature. You pop one hand on the chair, you turn your legs out to wide second. You know the first drill now. So we go elbow to ribs, we bend, we extend, reach overhead. Elbow to ribs, bend, extend, reach overhead. Make sure you don't just go sideways. You actually want to think of going up and sideways. So think up first and then sideways. And that way you get that nice stretch in the ribs without compressing the body too much. Always trying to be longer, reaching away from the midline. Now let's just check that we actually feel the knees pushing backwards. So we're never giving into this feeling. We're pushing open, we're pushing backwards. This keeps the glutes engaged. It keeps external rotation of the hips. And this is so, so good to stimulate your glute medius and minimus, the sides of your butt, right? You got 3 more. Reach and extend. This is 2. Push, reach and extend on your last one. Reach and extend. Now come back through center and hold both arms up to a high V. Little pulses, down, down. Now make these pulses so small that I actually can't see them. I don't want to see these types of pulses. Yeah, tiny, tiny. Now watch my body. I'm going to start to hinge. Forward for 2 and back for 2. Forward for 2, back for 2. If you need to bring your hands into prayer or on your hips, that's fine. Just check. When you go forward, you're not giving in. You're not letting the knees fall forward. You're pushing the knees back, reaching the hips back and the chest forward. You have 3 more. I know this is getting tough. The thighs are getting tired. 2 more. Now listen, on your last one, you're going to hinge forward, stay forward. You can always bring your hands to prayer if you need. Just start to wrap your knees back. Remember, you can bring your hands to prayer if you need. It is so important here that you keep breathing. We're working the major muscle groups of the body, the thighs. We're also working the core, the back, the glutes. Everything's getting involved. Your heart rate's going to raise. Stay with me. 5, 4, 3, 2. Listen carefully. Turn to face your chair. Put both hands on. Square your hips. Turn both legs out. You are now in a curtsy position. Your back heel is lifted. Your front foot is flat. Both legs are turned outwards. We go. 1 drop, 1 wrap. 1 drop, 1 wrap. Now I'm just going to show you from the front so you can see. I never turn out to sort of Darcy Bustle style 180. I just take the legs out as if I've come from a small V into the curtsy. That's how much I go into that sort of external rotation. Go too far and you'll feel it in your knees. Yeah, if you start to feel that, you've probably turned out a little bit too much. So go to where you are in control and you can actually feel your knees pointing over your toes. Your weight is in between both legs. Don't forget to lift that back heel. You have 4, wrap, 3, wrap, chest open, 2, wrap, 1. Now hold it there. Bring your hands onto your hips to check they are facing straight to your chair. Start to tuck your tailbone under, release, under, release. Now just ask yourself if you can sit a little bit lower. It's at this point in the class where you've got less than 8 minutes left where you're going to start to find cheats or ways out or ways to make your life easier. But this is just a 30-minute class, right? So keep wrapping and tucking those tailbones under and try to fully commit for these last 8 minutes. Tuck, tuck, tuck. We've sped it up slightly. Just 8 more counts. And then listen, we're going to be right into that arabesque. Go 8, 7, pubic bone to rib cage. 5, 4, 3, 2, stay low. Bring your hands onto the chair. Bring your body weight forward. If you need to move away from the chair slightly, you can, but point your back foot. Yeah, your right leg is behind you still. You're pointing the toes, you're externally rotating the leg. Now lift it off the ground. Belly button to spine. We go. Tap, tap, lift. 1, 2, lift. You see how I splay my fingers? It's just so I don't grab the chair like I'm on a roller coaster. Down, down, up. Down, down, up. And it's just so good. It gets right into the glutes. Your standing leg is working hard. And remember that standing leg is bent. Go down, down, up. Go down, down, up. You just have 4 more. 3, keep externally rotating. 2 and 1. Hold it up. You circle the leg 2 times one way, then 2 times the other way. 2 times one way, 2 times the other way. It's literally the size of a tennis ball. And remember not to relax on your chair. We want to try and keep our body upright here. We're lifted almost like a 45-degree angle from head to foot. This back leg is not high. You got 4. Circle 3. Circle 2. Now here it is, that semicircle. We're going out to the right side. You take a little pulse up. Out to the back. You give me a little pulse up, single counts. Side, lift it up. Back, lift it up. Let's go. Side, lift it up. Back. Now this is getting right into the sides of your butt. Your standing leg is gonna start to ache. I know. Give me 4. Yes, you've got 3. Stay focused. 2. Now on one, hold the leg behind you. Just bring both legs to parallel. So that means the left toes are pointing straight forward. You hop away from the chair and you fold your right heel into your butt. Now your hips are square. Your biceps are in line with your ears, you're fully folded, and you're pulling your belly button to your spine, nice long spine. We go right leg to left leg, knee to knee, press it back. Right leg to left leg, knee to knee, push it back. So there's a feeling of kissing your knees together and staying in parallel. I'll just show you from the front so you can see how my legs are in parallel, and I push back and I stay in parallel. We go down, squeeze, yes, up, squeeze. Now this is gonna feel so tough because the sides of your butt are already burning. So big tip, get your weight onto your big toes and feel your inner thighs supporting you here. One more, go down. Now squeeze up, hold. You're gonna extend the leg, bend the leg, hamstring curl. Your heel is coming all the way into your butt. Your hips are square to the ground. Let's go, one out, one in, one out, one in. You just have 4, then we hold it out. 3, the longest leg. 2, on one, hold it out. Flex the foot. Are your hips square? Could you draw the ribs in so nothing's hanging out at the front? Bend press. Bend press, bend press. Now you know this is the end now. Option to stay here or sweep your left arm behind you. Maybe sweep your right arm behind you and all 3 limbs go bend press, bend press, bend press. This is your last 8 counts. Keep that leg up nice and high. Keep the core muscles drawing in. You have 4, you have 3, you have 2. 1, stand up. Go ahead and move the chair out of the way. You won't need it for the core work. Come down to the floor and very, very quickly, removing all the twigs here, come down onto your back, bring your knees into your chest and just have a little spine twist. Knees to the left, reach the right arm away. Knees to the right, reach the left arm away. Last section of class today, core, but you've been doing it all along, right? So really focusing on the transverse abdominis here, the muscles that feel like a bit of a bear hug around your waist, then they wrap horizontally around your midsection. So what they feel like is a sort of drawing in sensation, okay? So before you even start, pop your fingers onto your lowest abdominals, take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, pull your abdominals away from your fingers. And it should still be a sort of pull in that allows you to still be able to breathe into your ribs. So don't almost suck in like, just a gentle pull in. Now at the same time, keep your spine slightly imprinted. Bring your right leg to tabletop and your left hand is gonna push against the front of your right thigh. So my left hand is trying to go push and my right knee is literally trying to pull into my chest. Once I'm there, the other arm and leg goes to the ceiling. I'm gonna inhale, reach the arm and leg away. Exhale, draw them back. It's opposite arm to leg. Inhale, open, and exhale, closed. Now, as you're doing this, the pressure between the hand and the knee is what's gonna make this intense. So if I don't push at all with my left arm, I'm not gonna feel anything. And if I don't remember what I set earlier, that sort of drawing in of belly button to spine, again, I won't feel anything. So it's all about layering. Give me 2 more. Draw it in. Last one. Draw it in and switch sides. So right hand onto left thigh. The other arm and leg goes up to the sky. You go inhale, open. You go exhale, closed. Now listen, I know we're outdoors here today and there are some background noises, but stay focused with me. Remember what we did at the beginning. I want you to focus on the belly button to spine connection, imprinting the spine and pushing with this right hand. Remember, if my right hand was to win, I would get my arm straight. If my left leg was to win, my left knee would be on my shoulder. So push the arm and leg together as hard as you can. You just have 3 more. Squeeze it back in. This is 2. Yeah, make this next one your last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, draw it in. Now listen, hold. Bend your legs to a tabletop position. Don't let the feet come below. If anything, go higher. Push your hands against both thighs. Before you start, imprint your spine. Draw your belly button to your spine and now push your knees and your hands together as hard as you can. Press for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little release. 4, 3, 2, 1. Press knees to hands, hands to knees. 2, 1. Release. 4, 3, 2. You've got 2 more. Feel those lower abs. Push. 2, 3, 4. Release. This is your last one. Push your knees as hard as you can. Push. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little release, knees to chest. Well done. Round back modified. You're going to rock and roll up onto your elbows. You're going to now find an imprinted spine with a slight curve. So tuck your tailbone and press the lowest part of your waistband onto the floor. Bring your legs into tabletop position and slightly turn them out to release your hip flexors. Keeping your belly button to spine connection, you're going to inhale, lower the legs down very, very slowly, and exhale, lift the legs back up. You'll know you've gone too far because your back will start to arch. Yeah, so keep almost like this part of your waistband pressing into the ground, but at the same time, keep lifting out of your shoulders. You have 2 more. Using your breath. Last one, lower. Now exhale, lift and hold it here. Start to tuck your tailbone under again. Little tuck, little release, little tuck, little release. Now your pelvis should be the only thing moving. Try and keep your legs relatively still. You got the option to stay here for the last little push today, or to challenge yourself, you can straighten your legs and bring your legs lower. Deepen the tucks. Go tuck, 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 tuck. Now this is super intense. I'm keeping my legs still, but tucking my tailbone. You've got 8 counts, then you're out. Go 8, 7, 6 straight legs, 5 turned out, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Bring your knees to your chest, press into your feet and bridge your hips up to the sky. The hip flexors should open up. You can now interlace the fingers behind the back. Walk your shoulder blades together and push, push, push through the arms. Take a deep breath in and a big breath out. Shh. Well done. Release the arms. Go ahead and ripple to roll all the way down towards the floor. Glute stretch. If you rock and roll up to seated position, left leg is straight. We'll take the right foot up and over. Pull the knee into our body and twist to the right side. Sit as tall as you can. When you twist, you'll have more space to move. Yes, and take this time to just calm your breath. 30 minutes, just me and you. You did it. Switch sides, right leg straight, left leg bent. Pull the foot in, knee towards your body and rotate to the left. So I think it's so important to connect with the sense of achievement here, like you just did 30 minutes of intense work, focusing on yourself, your breath, your movement. All right, soles of the feet together. Lift up and over, relax over your legs and bow down. Feel that gorgeous stretch right the way from the lowest part of your sacrum through your inner thighs. You might even feel this right through your neck and shoulders. Beautiful. Roll it on up. Bring your feet flat to the ground. Roll over your ankles and bring your hands to the floor. Lift your hips up to the sky. Bow into your forward fold. Straight legs or bent legs. And then keep your head heavy as you take your chin to your chest. Slowly articulate your spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Final stretch, fingers face down towards your bum cheeks. You're going to push your hips forward, squeeze your elbows together. Take a small arc through your spine. Lovely. Come back all the way to vertical. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up. And a breath out to release your arms down. And you are all done. Thank you so much for your precious time. You did amazing. Any questions or feedback, drop me a message. I'm Charlotte_Tooth on Instagram. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I'll see you on the next session.